Hello and welcome to Stoke Fan TV. It's Friday night, there's nothing on TV, nothing worth watching anyway, so you thought you'd tune in and listen to myself and Sam waffle on about Stoke City Football Club. Well, who can blame you?
Yeah, great game against Plymouth on the weekend, wasn't it, Max?
Absolutely brilliant game. What a result, 3-0. We're going to be talking about that and going through that, and we're also going to be asking the question, has Stoke now got enough points in the bag? Are we now safe? Are we over the line? We've got a special guest for you today, the man, the myth, the legend, who is Alan May. Alan's hopefully going to be joining us shortly via video call. But before that, we did ask you to send us voice messages, video messages, didn't we, Sam?
Yes, we did. We got quite a good one in, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a couple. We'd like you to send more. This show is designed for the fans to get involved as much as they can and get their point across. Obviously, please send us voice messages, video messages, and we'll try and get you involved in the show. So we're going to have a listen to them in a second.
Yeah, we had a great message come in via YouTube. I think you've got that one up, haven't
Oh,
you?
you mean on the comments?
Oh,
Yeah. Our best YouTube comment yet has got to be from Otherworld Ambience, where he said, it's probably something to do with my Barnet, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
He said, can't decide if the guy on the left, that's me, is Ben Pearson's forgotten brother, a 90s British indie wrestler, or a Beatles reject.
Well,
So, in honour of that guy, we thought we'd, Sam and I, performing tonight only, a 1, 2, 3. You're going down, is what they said. You can't play, you're all at sea. But old Shuey, he had a plan. He said we're staying in the league. We are Stoke and we're staying in the league. We're staying in the league. We're staying in the league. All together now. We are Stoke and we're staying in the league.
Well, where do you begin after that? Joe Newton-Cundle were absolutely brilliant today. Well done, boys. The team effort was spot on. If we'd have played like that all season, we wouldn't have depended on this game. Brilliant. Just carry it on till the end of the season. Well done, boys. Proud of you.
Yeah, brilliant win against Plymouth. Didn't really threaten as much. I'm surprised of how much we actually dominated that game, considering how big the occasion was. But Stoke played really well. A nice clean sheet as well. It's going to be a tough game at the weekend, I think. Southampton. So to get a result there will be extremely difficult because I think they'll be desperate for the points. But I just think we need one more point because regarding goal difference. There's a bit of a gap between, obviously, us and the bottom three, which is nice. But there's too many teams with similar goal difference that it could affect. To finish on 51 points, so if we don't get anything at Southampton, we should aim to get something at Bristol City. Hopefully we do get a result, and there's nothing saying we can't. We've got the momentum for it. So let's see what we can, 4 points from 2 games. So let's see what we can do.
Thank you to those voice and video messages that we've had sent in. Keep sending us them, Stoke fans. We really do appreciate you sending them in, and we like to discuss them on the show. And we also hope you liked that little Beatles cover that we've adapted ever so slightly. So, are you ready? We're going to bring in Alan now. Yeah. So we've got Alan on the line. Welcome, Alan. Welcome to the show. I believe people have already seen you doing your half-time talk during the Plymouth game. Welcome. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. How are you guys? Are you okay?
We're doing all right. We're having a few technical difficulties via our internet, but we hope you stay with us for the majority of the show and we don't lose you at any point.
Yeah, no worries. I wasn't sure if you were Ringo Starr or Paul McCartney, Max.
I'm not sure who I am. I think I'm Ringo Starr if you ordered him off Wish.
Maybe Ringo McCartney.
Right, so obviously, Al, the question I think that's on everyone's minds, or certainly on my mind, have we now got enough points in the bag? That obviously a brilliant win at Plymouth. You were at the match. Give us your thoughts on that match first.
Well, the match was just one of those days where everyone was willing the team to do well. The fans were absolutely magnificent, sang for 90 minutes all the way through the game. And I think the players responded. I think there's a couple of elements which made it obvious that I thought we were going to get the win anyway. One is that Shoemaker was Plymouth's manager. He knew how they played. He knew their players, their style. And he probably adapted the Stoke team to play against that style. One of the key elements, I guess, putting Cundle in at the start and then Ennis in later, both had magnificent games. But three standout players for me on the day had to be the Dutch boys, because each one of them got a goal apiece. So, they were just magnificent. Everything went right. And, fair play. We probably could have had 4 or 5 who hit the bar. I think Hoover hit the bar, sort of fired it across the face of the goal at an angle, like an Exocet missile. And to be fair, we thought that had gone in. Plymouth also had a couple of chances. For the first 10 minutes, they had a couple of goes. And I think they probably had a free kick, which the Plymouth fans thought they'd scored. And we took great enjoyment in telling them that they'd not got a goal and it had gone wide of the post, thank God. But generally, overall, magnificent performance. When we needed the 3 points, we got them. And everyone was saying, why couldn't we play that sort of format? Plymouth aren't a bad side by any shape or form. And, if we played that sort of intensity, the level, the commitment, the fight, the passion, there's no reason why we wouldn't have finished in the top 6. When you look at some of the sides that we've lost against, it's almost embarrassing, as a club. But you've got I suppose Alex Neil's got to take half the blame for that at the beginning of the season, and then Shoemaker's inherited a first team squad that he's got to deal with. They're not his players, but he's making a good go of it, and I like the guy, and I think he needs a chance. I will say also, during the game there was a bit of a scuffle between the players. And all the Stoke players sort of rallied round together as a team. I know it's not proper football, getting involved, when there's been a bit of a melee, but overall, generally, they sort of all came together and stood by each other, which I thought was really good, to be fair. But yeah, great 3 points, magnificent. The Dutch players, Million, brilliant. Hoover, magnificent on the day. And Berger, when he come on, great. What a great strike to finish it off. But a special mention must go to Bae Jun-ho, because he really dominated and ran the whole game. Between him and Tomo, I think, they ran the whole game. They ran the park. Jun-ho was magnificent, quick feet, getting in between 2 or 3 players and still coming away with the ball, which usually doesn't happen at Stoke City. So, yeah, overall, brilliant performance by everybody involved. And, I don't think there was a bad player on the park.
I think what you've said there is literally kind of echoed as well a little bit what one of the messages we had in, I think it was from Chris, and he said similar to you there, just that the lads seemed brilliant performances. Some of the players you mentioned there, obviously Jun-ho, and he did say in the same way that you just said, if we'd have performed like we did against Plymouth for the rest of the season, we'd have not only avoided this relegation scrap that we're in, and we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about it, but we might even be talking about how we're pushing for promotion.
Yeah, I agree totally with that chap's comment. And, the problem at Stoke, and it's always been said, hasn't it, it's the consistency. When you get it right, we've proved we can score 3 goals at home, but we don't score 3 goals at home. I suppose on the day it makes it a little bit more special because we needed those 3 points. I'm sure the players don't want to be playing first division football as much as we don't really want to be going to watch it. So they've sort of stepped up to the plate, haven't they? And the fans did as well. We were the 12th man on Saturday. I don't know. It's very frustrating at Stoke. We have teams come to Stoke and we play 1 forward up front. I just don't get it. And Shoemaker came to Stoke. I'm Mr. Offensive. I'm on the front foot. I'm all about attacking, sexy, smart football, going forward, shooting from range. We haven't really seen that, have we? You know what I mean? So to get the 3 goals and 3 just when we needed them was great.
Like you said, our brilliant performance. Sam, just quickly, do you echo what Al was saying about that Plymouth match?
Yeah, definitely. The players that Al mentioned with the having good performances, Jono, Thompson, Berger, 100%. Even the Plymouth fans, I was on a podcast with them the other day, they mentioned that Jono, absolute quality player, they were asking about him and what we reckon to him. They spotted him. Basically, everything that Al had just said, really good performance. We come out like we needed to win it. We knew we needed to win it. And to be honest with you, it was one of the best performances I've seen all season.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, that's the Plymouth game. Plymouth game's gone. We've got that massive 3 points. I'm going to put this question to both of you chaps. Whoever wants to start, don't mind. Have we now got enough points in the bag? Are we now over the line? I know it's not necessarily technically we're not there according to the points and everything. We can still go down, but judging by what everyone's been saying, the fans, a lot of the Facebook threads and all that jazz, do you think now that we're over that line? Who wants to start?
I will, if you don't mind. I think 50 points at the moment, possible 6 more in the bag. Mathematically, we're not safe, but I think 50 is enough. I think ourselves and QPR are probably safe. If I was to hazard a guess, Rotherham have gone. I think Huddersfield will go. And then it's realistically between Plymouth, the Blues, and Sheffield Wednesday. And I hate to say it because I quite like Birmingham City, but I actually think that they might go. It'd be a sad state of affairs with their new stadium proposed and everything, but hey ho, that's football. But I think the likelihood of us going to Southampton to get points is a high possibility after their defeat by Leicester of 5-0. I mean, obviously they played a top Leicester side who did us 5-0 at home, but they've done them 5-0 in the week. So they're going to be on a bit of a downer. They can still make the playoffs anyway. So realistically, will they be going for the points? They're not going to get 1 and 2, are they? So, you know, they need to be safe to make the playoffs, which I think they are, which leaves us to have the momentum to go to their place and try and get the 3 points. We get a point, we're safe anyway. So that's the saving grace. 1 point, we're safe. 3 points will be magnificent. And then we'll do Bristol City on the last game of the season, all being well. I know that can be a bit of a clanger for us, but usually a draw or a loss. But I think we're going to go to Southampton and get 3 points.
Yeah, what do you think, Sam? I mean, I what Alan's just said, Southampton seem to have had their wind knocked out of their sails by Cardiff.
Yeah.
Obviously, that loss to Cardiff, I think it was at 2-1.
Yeah.
And then since then, obviously, last game against Leicester, 5-0 thumping. They might now. Obviously, they were on such a run, and they were almost like they were steamrolling towards the top 2. And all of a sudden, do you echo what Alan said there about this game?
I don't know. I think Leicester have had a bit of a wake-up call because they thought we'd won the league 2 months ago. They've dropped off for the last month or so, not played very well and lost to the bottom teams. They've had a wake-up call, clearly, and they've come out against Southampton like, we need to win this. And they've put everything into that game against Southampton. I still think the Southampton game is going to be a very tough game on Saturday. Even though Southampton are in the playoffs and can't really not be in the playoffs, I still think that they're going to be up for it. Hopefully, though, they come in with the motion of they're going to rest for the playoff games and
they might do.
Maybe try and win the playoffs. I don't know, it's one of them. I was talking to the Plymouth fans the other day and saying that I think that they might beat Millwall because they'd have shut off because they've got nothing to play for. But you can't say it. You don't know. You never know on what's going to happen on the day.
Regardless of that, do you think we've got enough points in the bag now?
I still think we need 1 more point.
You still think we need 1 more?
1 more point, and then I'm happy, and I'm literally we can breathe. But as it currently stands, we can't. Because we could lose the last 2 games and the teams below us could win.
Stranger things have happened.
And stranger things have happened. If we get a point against Southampton, then I'll be buzzing.
Who've obviously in that bottom 3 at the minute, we know Rotherham are down. You've got Birmingham and you've got Huddersfield. Their remaining fixtures, I think Huddersfield, they're on 44 points.
Huddersfield can't catch us unless they score 11 goals and don't concede.
but Birmingham are on 46. Is that correct? Unless
Yeah.
I'm getting that wrong. I think they're on 46. Do you chaps see both those teams winning their remaining games? I think that's going to be something that's on Stoke fans' minds, regardless. Obviously, yeah, okay, we're not technically safe, but those guys, those teams, I should say, have got to win their remaining games, haven't they,
Yeah.
to have any chance?
It's a tall order, Max. It's a tall order. I think, obviously, we know Rotherham have gone. I think Huddersfield are going to go. And if, like I said earlier, it was one of the other three, Plymouth, Birmingham, or Sheffield Wednesday, I'd actually prefer Sheffield Wednesday to go down, and we've got rid of 3 Yorkshire clubs. It's a shame Leeds United aren't in there. I do have a soft spot for the Blues, but I wouldn't, nowhere would I say I was a supporter, and I hate losing to them. But yeah, I think Birmingham have got enough in them to survive. They've been in that position before many times. Sheffield Wednesday have as well, but they've normally got relegated. Birmingham have got out of it, and I think they've got enough to get out of it.
I'm just going to quickly bring up those remaining fixtures for the teams, as I say, around us. I think that.
Well, let's have a punt. Let's have a punt on Saturday's games then. Read them out, and we'll all give a prediction, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Well, I think Southampton away. They've suddenly, as I say, had the wind taken out of them a bit. I would go for a draw, actually. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1 Southampton Stoke on the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I think we can come away with a point. If we can snatch a win, excellent. But I think it's too important to remember that, yeah, they've just got tonked 5-0 by Leicester. They might want to come out and prove their mettle a little bit. That's my opinion. What about you guys?
I reckon we'll draw to Southampton 2-2. I was going to go with 2-2. I think if we do draw against Southampton, it'll be a brilliant result. I think a draw is basically a win. But I'll go 2-2 Southampton game.
Al?
Well, I'm the optimistic pessimist, and I notice you pair have gone for the draw, so I'm going to go for a Stoke win. I think if we can go out and show what we did against Plymouth at Southampton, they won't know what's hit them. And I'm going to push the boat out and say it's going to be 2-0 Stoke City.
That'd be ideal. We'll take any. To be fair, I'm thinking something similar. I think we could still do with that point. If we can get 3 points, excellent. Then we're happy days. They're on the beach,
Take the point all day, Max. Take the point all day long.
But I'll take the point. I really would. Honestly, I think
I might be jumping the gun, and I might say maybe I'm being over optimistic. I do think now Stoke have hit that 50-point mark, and they're in the position that they're in. That I've got a feeling that we're gonna be good for the season. I've touched wood, but that's what I feel. I think that the teams below us, they've got such a tall order, and they've still got to play each other, 2 of them. Right, so I'll just bring up the remaining fixtures for some of these teams. Obviously, we know Stoke have got, but let's see some of the teams around us. Now, just looking at QPR, so they've got to play Leeds. This is coming out on Friday, so that'll be tonight. But that QPR, I would say QPR, what are they on at the minute?
QPR, they're near us in the league.
They need a point.
They could do with a point. Huddersfield have got Birmingham.
I'm going to say that QPR are going to get thrashed by Leeds United. And I'm going to say Leeds United are going to go and play QPR with a 4-1 result.
okay.
If you watched them against Middlesbrough, yes, they leaked a couple of goals, but they were magnificent going forward.
Good team, Leeds are.
Now, obviously, QPR, Leeds, Blackburn are another team, and they're in and amongst it. They're playing Coventry. Huddersfield have got Birmingham. They've got to play each other. Sheffield Wednesday have got the Baggies. Who else have we got in and around that? Millwall, I'd say. Millwall and Plymouth are playing each other, but Millwall are above us.
Millwall are safe. Millwall are safe.
I think Plymouth have got Millwall. It's a massive game for Plymouth, that one.
I was going to say, people go to Millwall and they don't score goals. We go to the Den every year on year. We get nothing. They're a very defensive side, aren't they? I think if Plymouth come away with a point, they'll be lucky at Millwall.
And then that final game, again, teams around us, regardless of what happens in the next match, teams around us. Blackburn are away to Leicester, final game of the season. Huddersfield are away to Ipswich. QPR are away to Coventry. Sheffield Wednesday are away to Sunderland.
Plymouth have got Hull at home.
And Plymouth have got Hull at home, and Birmingham are at home to Norwich. Now that final game of the season for those teams that are in and around us is tough
for all of them.
Pretty much all of them.
It's gonna be Rotherham, Huddersfield, Birmingham down. Can see it now.
Yeah, and that's what I agree with Al on that. I think it's going to be Birmingham down as well.
I think, even though Birmingham get out of a sticky wicket, I think Norwich last game that'll send them down.
Norwich last game at home though.
Doesn't matter. Send them down. There'll be nobody there. There'll be 15,000 there. They'll get sent down.
I think that in itself, and those teams, as I say, that are around us, they've got some tough games to play. So that for me kind of makes me feel confident.
Yeah.
I'm never 100% confident, but I'm confident with it.
I'm confident.
Max, you've always got to be optimistic as a Stoke City supporter.
Yeah.
You pay your money. You expect 3 points. You expect to watch good quality football. Stoke have always been renowned in the past for playing wingers. We lack the wingers. That's why I like the fact Millian played like a winger. Well, he did play as a winger on Saturday. And Junho and Millian either side, they were magnificent. And it was almost like watching Mark Chamberlain or Peter Beavery or somebody like that. You know, we had somebody out wide, and it was great to see because we used the full width of the park.
Plymouth were very, very poor against Stoke. I will add that in.
I disagree with that, Sam. I think they were a good side, but we outplayed them. We outmuscled them. We outplayed them. We tactically outperformed them. They thought they were coming to Stoke City for an easy ride and 3 points. They've got 2,500 fans behind them, who, by the way, didn't hardly make any noise, which was quite surprising. They were very quiet, little sporadic Argyle shouts, but that was about it. And the booing of Schumacher at the end. But beyond that, I thought they were a good side. They came second half. They had a 10-minute spell. They probably had 20 minutes out of the 90 on Saturday. First 10, mid second half, they came forward a few times and looked dangerous, but couldn't finish.
I think for me, Plymouth looked like a tired team. I think they've had a long, hard, tough season of it, Plymouth. Let's not forget. And I think that towards the end of the season now, it's getting into crunch town. You know, they've got a player in their squad, in Whittaker, who's got 19 goals this season. And yeah, all right, he hit a free kick that, as you said, I'll come pretty close. But I just felt that they seemed half a yard behind Stoke, and maybe that was Stoke, as you say, just getting up for it and saying, you know what, we're in it. This is a crucial game, because it was a massive, massive game for Stoke. And we said it was the biggest game for Stoke, in our opinion, since relegation, because it was that much of a 6-pointer, and we really needed it. And now look at it. I think it was crucial win. Southampton away, tough. It's going to be a tough game, but we're hoping for some points. What do you guys think? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. You know, do you reckon we're now at that point where we're safe? Do you still think we need a point? Do you still think we'll get a point? Do you think we'll get 3 points? Let us know in the comments. It's all about getting you guys involved as much as we can. So just quickly, team against Southampton, who do you think we need to play? Do we keep that winning team? Do we keep the team the same? I know Schumacher likes to chop and change. Just quickly, chaps.
I'd play the same team as played against Plymouth. I think it's more of a confidence thing. I think it shows the players that the team has got faith in them players. They can go out and win. Yeah, Berger come on and scored a goal at the end. I'd potentially maybe start Berger, but who would he come in for? Because Thompson had an absolute brilliant game. Besides that, I'm all for consistency. And I'd like to see that same team come out, or close enough to the same team come out against Southampton.
Al?
Yeah, concur with Sam. Exactly the same. Same team, bring it out. If it's not working, then look at different formula and maybe a couple of substitutions. But earlier, I know we got the third goal, in extra time, and Berger had only been on the park for about 10 minutes or whatever he'd been on for. But if you're going to make substitutions, if it's not working for us, it's got to be done earlier than the last 10.
Yeah.
But concur with Sam on that.
So thank you very much, Al. Thank you very much for joining us.
No, cheers, guys. I'll see you at Bristol City, if not before.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that'd be absolutely brilliant. Thanks for tuning in, Sam. Thank you very much for your contributions as well. Stoke fans, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. And we will see you on the next show after we've beaten Southampton away. Obviously.
I hope so.